it's funny, right? Like in photography, you gotta hustle. If you're a professional, you've got to hustle. You've got to
Yeah.
like get out there. I mean, at the time, there wasn't much you could do outside of really getting out there and showing your book to potential clients, going to wedding shows. Like, I got how many wedding shows I went to in San Diego. Um, and then like doing the whole non-season stuff too, where when you're not doing weddings, you're trying to hustle for like the schoolwork, the high school senior portraits, and that kind of stuff. And so it was always a hustle. And you were always either editing or talking to clients or doing that. And so the business of photography, the 24/7 of all the other things that you had to do just to press the button became the burden for me.
Yeah.
I got to press the button, a few times a day for a few hours here and there, at sunset on the beach or for like 8 hours on a Saturday, you know. But for the other 60 hours of the week, I was, not doing that at a computer, editing or talking to clients. And now I don't do that at all. I just get to decide that I'm going to go on a photo walk, at 9 o'clock in the morning, decide which lenses I'm going to bring, not because I'm preparing for a bouquet toss that might be, 20 feet away from me. All I'm doing is picking one lens for the day and seeing what I get. And some days I get great stuff and other days I don't. And it's not life ending. I remember one of the last weddings I photographed was probably the one that will forever live in my memory as why I'll never do professional work ever again. Is I did a wedding, and at the time we didn't have like really great mobile storage, right? So we all of us had different solutions, and I had this like little Epson P5000 or whatever it calls P2000. I just stuck a
Hmm.
flash card to it, and it dumped images, and I was doing that all day, but somewhere along the way, the thing filled up and didn't tell me that it was full, and it just kept downloading, but it not wasn't really downloading. So I lost half the wedding.
Oh man,
Yeah, lost
that's
half the wedding.
brutal.
And I remember a few weeks after that, I was like, you know what, I'm done. I'm done. Because that whole experience lasted not just after the wedding, it lasted like 6 months after, right? Because at the time, at that point in my career, I was aligned with like a studio and I was working with, other photographers and I had my own thing going. And I just realized it was just too much stress and I wasn't enjoying it anymore.
Yeah.
So I left.
That's
And then spent some time at a Banana Republic managing 16-year-olds.
oh, that's funny, dude. Nice little stopgap at the Banana
Yeah,
Republic.
it was eye-opening. Eye-opening. Yeah,
That's
it was fun though.
I like hearing that perspective. I like that our audience gets to hear that perspective because I don't think when choosing any profession, one of the things that I stress is, are you passionate about the process behind the profession? Not the end result, not the,
Mhm.
you know, I have friends that like they're just so into coffee, dude. Like I have one buddy who made me a pour over that I kid you not, Victor. I'm in Arizona. He's like, "Let me make you a pour over." And for 30 minutes, I'm sitting there working and I'm like, "Are you done yet?" And he's like, "Just give me another minute." And I'm like, "How long does it take for a single cup of coffee?" And he legit was making this cup of coffee for 30 minutes. And he's like, "Dude, when you're passionate about something, you just got to like throw your." And I'm sitting there and I'm like, "That's fine and dandy if that's your passion, if that's your hobby." But as soon as making coffee becomes your profession, then you're not spending 30 minutes. You're not making it the way that you want each time. Or if you are, you're coming up with a system. You're coming up with every piece to be able to make this thing replicable. And one of the pieces that, like, kind of I'm thinking about when you were describing the photo walk was you shoot what you want. Like,
Yeah,
you go on a photo walk when you want, you take pictures of what you want. But
yeah,
when you're doing this as a profession and shooting for a
it's what I get
client,
to.
yeah,
Yep,
you shoot what
yep.
the clients want you to shoot. And if it's your consistent body of work, you create the images that you've shot 1,000 times before.
Yeah, yeah. You're at the point of being a professional. You're hired for your style, yes, but you're also hired to do a job, and you're hired to deliver a product to a client.
Yeah.
And at that point you're just you have to decide. You have to kind of like disassociate yourself from that if you want to continue to do it. Because I've got a lot of friends who are photographers who hit that point where they have to find different creative endeavors in order to stay in photography. Otherwise, if photography remains their only creative endeavor, what ends up happening is they hit a wall creatively and they stop caring about it.